Travel, hobbies, golf, gardening, we all have a vision of what our golden years will be like. But physical issues and personal losses can tarnish this time, and they result in varying degrees of depression. Psychologist Dr. Thomas McArthy has seen this firsthand and has developed a unique way to respond. Dr. McArthy is the founder and president of Psychology Consultants in Medina. Thanks for joining us today.
Good to be here.
So it's easy to understand why an older adult would have feelings of grief and sadness. Isn't that normal?
It is, unless it's lasting for a long time. We all have mood swings. Sometimes are up, sometimes are down. But if we are down for a long period of time, it becomes a serious problem. As
we age, we start to recognize our own mortality. We find that our friends are dying off. So you can be down for some period of time. How do you know the difference between normal and not normal depression?
Well, there are probably 8 or 9 criteria that we look at for major depression. And then there's other kinds of depression as well. There's depression that's related to a specific situation. There's depression that's related to your metabolic balance. There's a depression called dysthymia. So there's various kinds of depression.
So what are a couple of the most common signs?
Well, if a person is having a lot of thoughts of their death or suicide, or they don't have any energy or interest in doing any of their normal activities, they're having trouble concentrating, they're gaining or losing weight without trying, or they're sleeping too much or not enough, they're constantly feeling depressed or down. Those are some of the things.
How big a problem is depression, true depression, for seniors, for aging population?
It's very serious. We see at least 11% of the people that we see have major depression, and that doesn't even cover less serious depressions that are easy to address and sometimes to resolve.
Is it different to treat seniors who are depressed than younger people who are depressed?
It is very much different in respect to what we call the therapeutic alliance, because people of that generation did not talk to psychologists. They were afraid to discuss their feelings because that meant they were crazy in their mind. So establishing that relationship makes a really key skill and finesse to work with a person who's elderly.
Now, one of the things, many people who are older may have had very traumatic instances earlier in life. We're talking about the group of people that served in the world wars, for example. I mean, they saw things that were terrible. Can that result in depression later in life?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's almost like a flashback from a hallucinogenic drug. It's like it comes on them when they're least expecting it. It's become more known because we talk about PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. But then there are other kinds of traumas where people have been abused as a child, women who've been raped and never said anything about it, and they're 80 years old and finally disclosing that kind of stuff to the psychologist.
Is it important that they talk about it to a psychologist, even if it's 30 years later?
Absolutely, because it's affecting them now. It's affecting them now.
All right. And you and your staff work a lot in nursing homes.
We do.
Do the nursing homes call you, or do the people call you?
We are in about 80 homes right now in 15 counties, and we have 30 psychologists that go into those homes each week. And we're under contract to that home so that the physician or the family or the staff will ask us to see someone that they recognize is having some kind of emotional problem.
Great. Well, it's important to bring this information to light. I appreciate your coming on our program and talking about it, Doctor.
Thank you very much, Armand.
Don't let depression rob you or your loved one of the joy that's still to be found in life. Seek help so your golden years can shine. My thanks to Dr. McArthy for advice that is pure gold.
For more information, call Psychology Consultants Incorporated at 330-764-7916 or click to www.psychologyconsultantsinc.com.